Hello everyone, this is NWS Columbia meteorologist Steve LaVoie, and I want to welcome you to the third episode of Calculating the Odds, a video series on probabilistic weather forecasting. In this episode, we will cover the National Weather Service products associated with severe thunderstorms, including tornadoes. The Storm Prediction Center, SPC, located in Norman, Oklahoma, issues a variety of products, including those pertaining to severe weather potential. We will go over some of their probabilistic products as we take you from the outlook phase to the watch phase. We will then briefly cover the warning phase and take a look into what severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings may look like in the future. Before we look into severe weather products, let's briefly review what makes a thunderstorm severe and would prompt the issuance of a severe thunderstorm or tornado warning. Severe thunderstorms are defined as thunderstorms capable of producing wind gusts in excess of 58 miles per hour or 50 knots, hail greater than 1 inch in diameter, or a tornado. The first two hazards would prompt the issuance of a severe thunderstorm warning, while the third would require a tornado warning. Other hazards such as lightning, heavy rainfall, and flooding, while dangerous, do not make a thunderstorm severe. Now that we've discussed what makes a thunderstorm severe, let's review some products the SPC issues, starting with the outlook phase. The Severe Weather Outlook is likely the SPC product you are most familiar with. It is issued by the Storm Prediction Center on days 1 through 3 with the purpose of identifying regions of the lower 48 that may see severe weather. The severe threat is broken down into 5 risk categories from 1, marginal, to 5, high. A brief description of the type of event expected with these categories is shown on screen. What you may not know about this product is that the categories are determined by the probability of severe weather hazards, severe winds, large hail, or tornadoes occurring within a 25-mile radius. How does this differ from a point forecast? In this example, we will look at the 12Z Day 1 Outlook issued by the SPC on April 5th, 2022. For those unfamiliar with this day, it was a significant severe weather event for our forecast area with 8 confirmed tornadoes. On this day, much of our region was in an enhanced or 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather in this outlook, with a 5% chance of tornadoes and a 30% chance of severe wind. These probabilities are not the odds of an event occurring at a specific point. Instead, these percentages are the probability of an event occurring within a 25-mile radius of a point. While a 5% chance of a tornado sounds low, that value is actually 10 times higher than an average day, which is less than 1%. Anytime the probability is 2% or greater, one needs to be alert for the possibility of tornado watches or warnings. Here is what a 25-mile radius looks like for the Columbia Metropolitan Airport, where our office is located, and for Bush Field in Augusta, Georgia. If you look at the first graphic, the radius includes most of Lexington and Richland counties, in addition to parts of adjacent counties. For Bush Field, the radius covers all of Richmond County and parts of adjacent counties in both South Carolina and Georgia. Now, let's take a look at reports from that day. On this day, 2 tornadoes were confirmed within 25 miles of our forecast office, with additional non-tornadic wind reports. There were no tornadoes confirmed within 25 miles of Bush Field, but we did receive reports of severe wind damage, including one from the city of Augusta. These graphics show tornado reports from the April 5th, 2022 tornado outbreak and a more recent event in the Ohio Valley for comparison. In both cases, all reports occurred within areas with at least a 2% probability of tornadoes, though not entirely within the area of highest probability. This is especially the case for the graphic on the right. Predicting the exact areas where severe weather may occur is difficult, even hours leading up to an event. This is why we advise our partners to remain weather aware, as the threats can change over the course of an event. So how does the SPC assign a risk category? This graphic shows the various probabilities for tornado, wind, and hail and their associated category on day 1. The category an area ultimately gets assigned to is the highest one between these 3 hazards. Going back to April 5th, 2022, an enhanced risk was in place for the southern half of our forecast area. There was a 5% tornado risk, 30% severe wind risk, and a 5% severe hail risk within 25 miles of Columbia. In this case, the probability of severe winds supported the enhanced category for this outlook. The criteria used to determine the risk categories on the Day 2 outlook is the same as Day 1, but much different on the Day 3 outlook, where the probability is a combined risk of tornadoes, wind, and hail. The term significant severe, which shows up as a hatched area on the severe weather outlook, is defined as a 10% or higher probability of strong, EF2 or greater tornadoes, severe winds in excess of 74 miles per hour, hurricane force, or hail greater than 2 inches in diameter. When confidence in severe weather is higher in the Day 4 through 8 period, the SPC may highlight areas of 15% and 30% probabilities of severe weather, equivalent to the Day 3 slight and enhanced risk categories respectively. These areas are refined and updated in subsequent outlooks as the event approaches. During the day of a severe thunderstorm event, the SPC may issue what is called a Mesoscale discussion, or MD for short. These products are often utilized ahead of the issuance of a watch. In addition to outlining a region being monitored for a watch and a discussion for or against one, the probability of a watch issuance is included. The MD shown here highlighted portions of the southeast. While thunderstorms were ongoing, the region-wide severe threat in this case was not high enough to warrant a watch. Therefore, the SPC placed the probability of a watch issuance at just 20%. When a watch is issued by the SPC, probabilities are assigned to highlight which threats are greatest for a given severe weather event. The probabilities are given as both a percentage and a category, either low, medium, or high. These probabilities are the odds of an event occurring in or around the defined watch box. In the example shown here from January 9th, 2024, confidence was high, 80%, that 10 or more severe wind events would occur in or around the watch box, and high, 70%, that 2 or more tornadoes would occur. The probability of severe hail was low, 20%. This was a well-forecast event with widespread wind damage across South Carolina and Georgia, and a few tornadoes. This includes an EF1, which occurred on the north shore of Lake Murray, and a strong EF2 tornado in the city of Bamberg. When it comes to severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings themselves, threats are not probabilistic. However, forecaster confidence in severe weather hazards is typically 60% or greater when a warning is issued. However, warnings could become more probabilistic based in the future, with the threat for a given location evolving over time, offering real-time, user-centric threats instead of a static warning box with the same information and messaging throughout. And that wraps things up for this episode of Calculating the Odds. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, and we will go over them in the next video of the series. Expect the next topic to debut on our YouTube channel in the next month or two. If you haven't already, make sure to follow NWS Columbia on YouTube and enable notifications so you are among the first to see our latest videos. Thank you for watching. I'm NWS Columbia meteorologist Steve LaVoie, signing off until next time.